Hello and welcome back to App for You. In this particular video, we are going to discuss a new problem, and basically we have picked up a problem from greedy algorithms, a very basic problem, right? Which will basically use some concepts of greedy approach as well as the errors. And let us first of all understand what the problem actually says. So the problem name is basically swap and maximize, and the problem statement says that we have an array A of n elements, and consider array to be circular array. That is, after you reach anth element, you can just the next element of anth will be a1. So assume that the array is circular, and the array name is a with n elements. The task is basically to find the maximum sum of absolute difference, right? So this is basically the problem statement. We need to find out, the task is to find a maximum sum of the absolute difference between consecutive elements with rearrangement of array elements allowed. That is, after any rearrangement of array, find a1 minus a2 plus absolute value of a2 minus a3 plus dot dot plus an minus 1 minus an plus an minus a1. So this was just a technical definition that was given. Let me explain you in very simple words. So you can see that we actually have an array of size 4, right? The array elements are 4, 2, 1 and 8. Now they have asked us basically to maximize the sum. Okay, so we have to, task is to find the maximum sum of the absolute difference between consecutive elements. Means rearrangement of the array is allowed. Okay, you can basically rearrange the elements of this array, and what you need to do is calculate the maximum of the absolute difference sum. For example, right now you have 4 and 2, so you consider 4 minus 2 absolute value plus 2 and 1, 2 minus 1 absolute value plus 1 and 8, so 1 minus 8 absolute value plus, here you have 4 and here you have 8. Since this is circular nature, so the very next element of 8 will be what? 4. That is why I wrote 4 minus 8. Okay, or you can say 8 minus 4, no problem. So what will be the sum? This will give you 2 plus this will give you 1 plus this will again give you 7 plus this will give you how much? 4. 7 plus 4, 11 plus 1, 12 plus 2, 14. So the sum here you have received is 14. Now you will see that if we try to rearrange these elements, into some another order, like suppose 2, 3, 4, 1. This is again another order of this element. What will be the absolute sum? 2 minus 3 plus 3 minus 4 plus 4 minus 1 plus again the next of 1 is what? 2. So I'll say 1 minus 2, right? So this will give you 1 plus this will give you how much? 1 plus this will give you how much? 3 plus this will give you how much? 1. 1 plus 1, 2 plus 3, 5 plus 1, 6. Very less, right? But here our objective is to maximize this absolute difference. Maximize. I hope you're getting the point, right? So how can we actually maximize this absolute sum? That is what is the challenge, right? So I hope the problem is now clear. So our objective is to maximize this absolute difference, of the values. Like you took this particular adjacent elements 2 and 3, then you took 3 and 4, you took 4 and 1, and now you're taking 1 and 2 last. The sum will be 6. Initially I just took this particular arrangement and I got the sum as somewhat like 12, isn't it? If I'm not wrong, it was 4 minus 2 plus 2 minus 1 plus 1 minus 8 plus 4 minus 8, that is 4. So 2 plus 2, 4 plus 7, 11 plus 4, 15. Yes, it was 15, sorry. So this sum was 15, this sum was 12, 6. So obviously this is more than 6, but is it the maximum? That is the question. So the answer is no, this is not the maximum sum. We can still increase the sum. How? Here comes the logic. The maximum value will be observed when, suppose you have the elements like 4, 2, 1, 8, right? Now if you arrange the elements in the sorted order, for example, suppose first of all, if you arrange the elements such that the smallest element followed by the largest element, second smallest element followed by second largest element, this order, for this order you will find out that the sum is maximum, that the sum of the absolute difference will be maximum. For example, here you will be having 1 minus 8 plus 8 minus 2 plus 2 minus 4 plus 4 minus 1. This will give you 7 plus this will give you 6 plus 2 plus 3. 7 plus 6, 13 plus 2, 15 plus 3, 18. I hope you got the point. This is the maximum value observed. Now the question is how to get this arrangement. Okay, so I hope you're getting the point. The maximum value will be observed by this kind of arrangement, where you will have first of all the lowest value followed by the highest value, the second lowest value followed by the second highest value, and so on. Then this arrangement will give you the maximum sum. Fine. So now comes the challenge. As I said, 4, 2, 1, 8. We need to keep the smallest value, then the largest value, second smallest value, second largest value. How do we get it? The very good idea is to sort the array first. So here I have received the array ARR, so I'll basically sort it as ARR, comma ARR plus n. Fine, cool. So remember, after you sort this array, what will happen? You will basically have elements 1, 2, 4 and 8. I hope you got the point. Now remember, we have to solve this in constant space. This was given in the question, okay? We basically have to solve this problem in constant space. So let me just show you the question. If you just focus on the question, you see they have strictly mentioned you have to basically use constant space. So we are not going to use any extra space. We are just going to use constant space to solve this particular problem. If extra space was allowed, the problem would have become very simple. Anyway, so what we can do now, what we are going to do is basically we are going to use 2 pointers, right? I will ask you to basically pause the video and give a second thought to it, right, so that you can just understand what is the possible way to solve this particular problem. So you can just pause the video and do it, otherwise please continue watching the video. So you can use 2 pointers. I'll be using pointer I here and pointer j here, right? So what I'm going to use, a pointer I starting and the pointer j in the end. And what will be the expected arrangement? Suppose I am using an extra array. Suppose in case I would have used an extra array to store the elements, what would have been the arrangement? 1 would be stored here, followed by 8, followed by 2, followed by 4, isn't it? So you can see that I will be declaring 2 variables. Integer I is equal to 0 and j is equal to n minus 1. Done. Now while I is less than j, okay, so remember this pointer I will be moving right and pointer j will be moving left. What I am going to do is basically, first of all, the very first thing that I am going to do is I am going to now you see I am going to calculate the absolute difference of I and j, isn't it? Value of I and value of j. So sum plus is equal to array of I minus array of j, and since I need the absolute value, so I'll be just using the function absolute, abs. Done. Cool. So yes, I'll be declaring a variable sum here, integer sum equal to 0, right? So remember, this is the long type because the return type is long, so I'll be declaring as long. Great. So this is what we are doing, isn't it? 1 and 8, the first element and the second first element, the smallest element and the largest element. The smallest element pointed by I, largest element pointed by j. So absolute of array of I minus array of j. One more thing to notice is that the second smallest element will also be adjacent to the largest element. You see, 2 times this will be added, isn't it? 1 minus 8 plus 2 minus 8 will also be added. I hope you're getting the point. So what I'm trying to say is you have 1, 2, 4, 8 after sorting, no problem with it. If you focus on the pattern that we were expecting, the pattern that we were expecting is smallest followed by largest, again second smallest followed by second largest. So here you can see that if you now right now I am taking I and then I am taking j, isn't it? So let me just change the color of the ink, orange. Okay, so right now I am taking this 1 with 8, right? At the same time, in the next line you should also take 2 difference with 8. Why? Because we know that this 8 will come between 1 and 2. If you see here, you see, or you see here, this is the smallest element, this is the largest element, the second smallest element, the second largest element. So basically you can see that 1 and 2 are adjacent, and between them this element 8 has been introduced, right? So which means that one time I will say array of I minus array of j, another time I will say array of I plus 1 minus array of j, right? Two things. So second time I am saying sum plus equal to absolute of array of I plus 1 minus array of j. I hope you got the point, right? Sorry, ABS. So this is ABS, right? And then you can just decrement z and increment I. So now you are safe to do I plus plus and j minus minus. Great. Fine. So what next? So you can see right now I have calculated array of I minus array of j, which means I have calculated basically, let me just erase these things. So right now I calculated 1 minus 8 plus 2 minus 8. Now my I was here, j was here, so j comes here now, I comes here now. Still I is less than j, true. Go back again, come inside. Sum plus equal to absolute of array I minus array j, which means 2 minus 4. So if you, what was the expected pattern that I am observing? I am expecting 1 followed by 8 followed by 2 followed by 4. This I have already taken the sum, this sum I have already taken. Now 2 minus 4, isn't it? So what will happen? 2 minus 4, because I minus array of j, this line. Okay, fine. What is the next line? I plus 1 minus array of j. So this is I plus 1 will be at the same location. So 4 minus 4 will be 0. So no effect, with no effect, isn't it? Fine. What will be next? I plus plus. So I comes here and j comes here. You see they have crossed each other. This sum has already been taken here. So what is the sum? 7 here, and this gave us 6, this gave us 2, right? Cool. Now the while loop is terminated. Why? Because the j has basically value lower than I, and this becomes false. Come outside. Remember one more thing I have to add. What I have to add? I have to add the value of 1 with 4. The difference of 1 and 4, right? The difference of 1 and 4, which means 1 minus 4, which is 3. But how do I get this difference? Now remember which pointer is pointing to 4? Pointer I, isn't it? So I can say, after you come out of the while loop, you just say sum plus equal to absolute of array of what? 0, because the very first element, difference with array of ith element, wherever I is pointing at that instant after the while loop was ended. That's it. Fine. And you will have to return what? The sum. This is all about this particular problem, right? Now this was all about the even cases, when you have even number of elements, right? You will find that even if you have odd number of elements, it will still be applicable. How? Let me show you. So suppose I have 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 8 after sorting. Okay, so what will be the expected arrangement? Smallest value, largest value, second smallest value, second largest value, and finally you will have 3 here, right? So what is the working? Initially I will be here, j will be here. So first of all, if you just go on with the code, I with j, I plus 1 with j, which means 1 minus 3 absolute plus 8, sorry, what is this? 8, right? 8 minus 3, right? Next time what will happen? I will come here, j will come here. Now you will have I with j, which means 8 with 4, 8 with 4 plus, you will also have what? Oh, I'm sorry with this, I'm sorry about it. You should work on this, isn't it? So I is here, j is here, right? So I with j, which means 1 minus 8 plus I with I plus 1 with j, 2 minus 8 absolute plus, next time I will come here, j will come here, right? So again I with j means 2 with 4, 2 with 4, and I plus 1, which is nothing but 3 with 4, 3 with 4. So next time I comes here, and where will j come? J will come here. Now you see I and j are at the same point, and this will again become false, right? Because they have become equal. The moment they have become equal, you come out of the loop, and again what will you add? Array of 0 minus array of I. So obviously 0 is nothing but this is the array of 0 and array of I is 3. So if you expect, what is the expected pattern that we wanted? The expected pattern was 1, then 8, 2, then 4 and 3, right? And the absolute sum would have been 1 minus 8 plus 8 minus 2, something like this. So yes, this is present, this is present, absolute. Okay, then 2 with 4 is present, 4 with 3 is present. At the last we should have 1 and 3, isn't it? Because this is a cycle, we have said that it is a circular array. So for that particular reason this line will work, isn't it? Array of 0, which is 1, array of I, where is I pointing? At 3. So 1 minus 3, right? It has worked. So finally you can see that if we have if you would have used an extra array, this would be the thing. But since we are not allowed to use any extra array, we are asked to solve it in constant space. So we are basically using pointers I and j. Pointers in the sense, please remember that this is not the node pointer that we are talking about. I'm just giving it a name pointer because it is pointing to something. Okay, it is helping me to evaluate this particular problem. So pointer I and pointer j, okay, they are basically helping me to solve this particular problem, right? And you can see that yes, successfully our logic has worked fine. I hope you would you have understood that why am I using this thing 2 times, right? This thing 2 times, 1 I with j and again I plus 1 with j. The reason is very simple, that you can see that here 1 followed by 1 and 8, and again you will be having 2 here, isn't it? And 2 is nothing but the next element of 1, means between 1 and 2 you will be inserting 8. So basically it's better to calculate right now only the difference between 1 and 8 and 2 and 8, because it is sure that in the required pattern 8 will be introduced between these 2 elements, right? And you have to basically take into account the difference between these 2 and these 2. So better take the difference like this, 1 and 8 and I plus 1 and 8. Reduce j, increase I. Again next time again you will be taking IA with j and I plus 1 with j and so on. And finally you will be returning the sum. So time complexity of this is basically order of n, because you can see we are just traversing the entire linked list, isn't it? Sorry, not order of n. One thing to be noted, we are actually sorting here, isn't it? Sorting here, and sorting will be taking order of n log n, and here we are traversing order of n times, but dominating factor is order of n log n. So overall time complexity will be decided by this, and space complexity is obviously constant, right? So let us just quickly execute this particular problem. So yes, you can see 4 to 1 8, the maximum sum that we have shown was 18 only, right? It is correct, and here is the output. So output is also correct. Fine. So that's all from this particular video. I hope this video was helpful. In case of any doubt, please feel free to put it out in the comment section. Just like, share and subscribe, and remember the time complexity of this particular problem is order of n log n. The space complexity is constant, right? So that's all from my side. Thank you.